Well, after everything Mila Jovovich's Alice has been through, it's time for some Retribution in Resident Evil Retribution. And this one takes up exactly where the last one left off. So there's no jumps through time or any of that stuff where you, in between the movies, there was probably a better movie. No, we jump right into it, where Alice and her friends had seemingly all been saved aboard the ship Arcadia when suddenly a bunch of Umbrella Corporation Ospreys attacked them. So in the middle of that battle, and led by who? Oh, it's Jill Valentine. Where's she been all this time? Well, apparently she's been taken over by Umbrella because now she has the robot spider in between her cleavage. Yes, it's there controlling her, and now she's in her purple catsuit here to battle Alice. And they fight, and she says, she tells her soldiers, this is going to be the fight of your lives. I'm not sure why it would be the fight of their lives, since they have all the advantages, and all the people in the white pajamas have is Alice and Claire, and I think Alice is the only one who has guns. Or no, Claire and her brother, they have guns. And so they're fighting it out on the ship, and then Alice gets knocked overboard and goes underwater, and then everything goes black. And suddenly, she apparently wakes up in a suburban home, and she's married to that guy who was the SWAT team guy who managed to make it from the second movie and into the third one, and then died in an explosion. Well, he's there, and they have a daughter who's deaf, and they're living it out, and suddenly the zombie attack happens, and apparently they're living in a suburban neighborhood outside of Raccoon City. What the hell's going on? This can't be real. That's right, it's not. This is a clone. Alice, another clone, yes, and a clone of, I forget his name, but, the SWAT team guy. He's dead because the zombies get him, and she's in a chase with Michelle Rodriguez. She comes back, but they're driving through, and they try to get through, and then they crash, and so Alice and her daughter go and hide in the house, and they get attacked, and she hides her daughter in there and goes and fights the zombies and ends up getting killed by the zombified version of her dead husband, and that's it. Then we find Alice naked again. She's in some cell where she's being tortured by the evil, or the possessed Jill Valentine. And then all of a sudden, the computer system goes down, and then it says it's got a few minutes to reboot, and then the door to the cell opens, and then another little shelf opens up, and there's a cat suit in it. So she puts that on. Once again, proving she probably should have been Black Widow. So then it's off to a bunch of cool fights and very Matrix-like. And here again, like the previous one, the best stuff is pretty much at the beginning. Yeah. So there's a lot of fights here and there, and we find out that this is another one, underground Umbrella facility where they kept testing out scenarios for the T-virus. And so there was all these recreations of Tokyo. She goes to that, which was from the previous movie, and you see that, and there's clones of everybody. They just got the exact clones of the people who were on the streets of Tokyo at the time that the outbreak. And she's got to battle all that, all without superpowers. Yeah, she still doesn't have her superpowers, but she manages to do it. How's that? Well, whatever. And so each section, so there's a section of New York recreated, there's a section of Raccoon City, and a section of Moscow. And the Moscow scene's pretty cool. They have a scene where this rescue team comes in, featuring characters from the video game. You've got Ada Wong, she's there, and the character Leon, I believe he's called, he's there. And so they come to try to retrieve Alice, and they're all been hired by Wesker. Yes, it seems Wesker has lost control of Umbrella to the Red Queen. That's right. And so now, oddly enough, Wesker and Alice find themselves as allies in this. And so he wants to get her out of there. But why would he save her? Well, we'll find out. So anyway, she teams up with Ada Wong, and they fight all over these recreated places. And there's some cool scenes here and there, some good fights. And then it's also a big reunion of past cast members. We have clones of the original SWAT team from the first movie showing up. And then we have, of course, Michelle Rodriguez has a couple of clones One is like a suburban housewife, and the other one, she's back to being her nasty, badass self. And they fight. But the Moscow scene is pretty cool because it's like it's like the zombie soldiers of the old Red Army shows up, and the rescue team with Leon and the rest. Oh, and Luther's back; he's on the team. They needed a basketball player for their mercenaries, and so they fight, and Alice shows up saving them. And there's a big chase, and they got more super mutant monsters attacking. And here, when they borrow not just from The Matrix and Walking Dead, and last movie borrowed from Die Hard, this one they borrow from Alien. More significantly, Aliens, the sequel, where Newt was there, and Ripley immediately, having missed out on her own daughter, who, while she was sleeping in cryogenics and had aged and died of old age and all that, she finds this new girl, and of course immediately connects with her and all this stuff. So the deaf girl shows up, still alive, and thinking Alice is her mother. And, well, technically she is, I guess. And so Alice is immediately, her maternal instincts kick in, and she's taking care of this girl, and it's all very sweet. And so the monster eventually captures the girl, but instead of killing her, it puts her in some sort of cocoon. So it's very, very similar to Alien. So Alice has to rescue the girl. And get her out of that cocoon and all that sort of stuff. Meanwhile, the team is slowly being wiped out by the Umbrella people, but they get the drop on them, and it's down to Leon and Luther, and then Alice and Michelle Rodriguez. The good Michelle dies. The bad Michelle is still alive, and Jill Valentine and Michelle manage to escape aboard one of the old Soviet submarines. And Leon and Luther and Alice and the girl escape on their vehicle, getting away as they manage to destroy the facility as it sinks below the ice and all that. So they're traveling along when suddenly, the submarine shows up, and here comes evil Michelle Rodriguez and Jill Valentine, and they gotta fight, and they do. But before they fight, Michelle Rodriguez shoots herself up with some T-virus. So she has superpowers now. So she's fighting the two dudes and ends up killing Luther. And meanwhile, Alice is just getting her ass handed to her by Jill Valentine. And then finally, she's like, oh, wait. As the previous movie had revealed, just take the spider thing off of her chest. And that's what she does. And so Jill's back to normal. And so she tries to fight Michelle Rodriguez, and she's just no match for her. And Michelle's getting ready to kill her. And then she realizes, hey, there's a bunch of zombies swimming under the ice. So she shoots the ice. Michelle falls in, and the zombies get her. And there you go. You're saved. They hop on. A helicopter shows up. Wesker sent a helicopter for them, and they fly out of there. So everything's happy, and Jill's back with them. And too bad about Luther. She kind of feels bad about it, but they forget about him pretty quick. Leon puts the moves on Ada Wong, but she's not having it. And they head back to Washington, D.C., which is overrun with zombies, and there's soldiers everywhere shooting at them and monsters and stuff like that. And they go to the Oval Office, and who's sitting there? Yes, Wesker. Who knows where the president is, and who cares? And she goes, wow, what's the big plan? So Wesker zips over at super speed and shoots her back with the T-cell virus that he took away from her and said, oh, that was a mistake. I need you super again. So now she has her superpowers back. Okay, whatever. And he tells her that the Red Queen took over, and the Red Queen has decided to eliminate humanity and, I guess, embrace the mutants and zombies and monsters and whatnot. And so he says, this is the last stand for humanity. And so, oh man, there's going to be this badass battle with everybody joining forces to take them on for the next movie. Now, that movie never got made. We missed it. Again, we get another movie. For the final chapter. Yes. And yes, that is the title. Because it's what it is, you know. So, we'll get to that next time around for Resident Evil. Yeah. All right. Thank you for watching and listening. Please like and subscribe. And for those of you who have subscribed, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. And while you're here, yeah, you know what to do. Check out that link description below. That'll take you to my stores that have plenty of goodies for you.